Welcome back, everyone. In this video, I'm going to go through the expectations and plan for our week of remote learning. Now, you'll see that a lot of the things are really the same, just some small changes to evaluations, expectations, and that sort of thing. I'm going to go through the schedule kind of in piecemeal here, and I'll look at the overall week schedule so you can see how it fits all together. The first thing that you're going to do is a series of introductory activities every day. These are the same type of things that you've been doing all term. Video lessons, textbook readings, that sort of thing. Although they're independent, I'm available for your help at any time if you need. So if you need some clarification or just a follow-up question, you can get in touch with me about that. So you'll see that all of these introductory activities are on the schedule. So even though they're kind of viewed as like our first thing in the morning activities, you can really do these anytime because they are not based upon something we're doing earlier in the day. So they're kind of the first thing for that day's lesson. One thing that is new is that I'm going to be assigning some exit tickets. And these exit tickets are just going to be 2 or 3 questions based upon the videos or textbook readings that you've watched. So after you've watched the video lessons, you're going to complete these assigned questions. You're going to take a picture of them, upload them, and label them in your portfolio, okay, so that I can find them easily and check them. These are going to be an evaluation item, and what I want to stress, though, is that just like the other things in your portfolio, I'm basically just marking these for completion, not for correct answers. The idea with the exit tickets is that they, one, ensure that you are prepared for the live sessions and that you've tried some of the questions. And 2, it informs me on what I might want to cover in the live session. So if I see a lot of problems with certain questions, then I know that I need to slow down a bit for the live sessions. If everyone's getting all the questions correct, I can kind of move a bit quicker to some other concepts. So once again, these questions are going to be an evaluation item that is going to be graded for completion, but not necessarily for correct answers. Every day, I'm going to run 2 live sessions, okay? And so based upon your feedback, almost everyone, one of your top 2 choices there was a late morning or early afternoon. So that's what I've done here. I've got a scheduled session at 11 o'clock in the morning every day, and then another one at 1:30. So that's going to be, as of right now, the same every day. The important thing you need to know is that both sessions will cover the same content. So if you don't need to come to both of them, okay? I'm going to be covering the same content both. The reason why I'm running 2 is to give you some flexibility on how you schedule your day, okay? So if you're not quite ready at the 11 o'clock one, then come to the later one there. So that's how I'm hoping to start. If I'm not getting many people at one of the 2 sessions, we might change some times as we go, but that's what I'm hoping to stick to for this week. What will we be doing on these sessions? Well, if you've emailed me any questions, I will take up those questions. I'll always ask if you have any questions during the live sessions. So primarily, I want to take up the questions you have about the content that you've been learning independently. I'm going to expand on some topics. So I've got some plans of some things that I want to expand upon. And then I'll always try to cover at least one of the questions that will be on the quizzes that you'll be doing online. So know that when you're going to these live sessions, the questions that I will be doing, those will be like very similar to the questions that you might get on some of the quizzes. Okay, so I'm hoping that they will be helpful for the evaluations. You'll see that there's another section of block of the day where it's like practice questions and some other work. Okay. So on most days, I've got some extra practice questions, which are ones that you might be able to complete before the live session, but we'll definitely should be able to complete after the live session after I've kind of taken up some of the content. And then I'll always have a list of ongoing assignments. So if you get through everything really quickly, you've got some stuff to work on. So those are the discussions, the concept maps, the other assignments that we've already talked about, the chemical careers assignment, and so on. So none of that has changed as well. As of right now, we've added the exit tickets, and that'll be added to the evaluations. The quizzes that we're doing this week, you'll see we've got several quizzes. They're a bit smaller than the regular quizzes, and they're not going to be weighted as heavily for that. I don't want to put as much of an emphasis on the quizzes that you're going to be doing at home. So we're still going to be doing the quizzes, but I'm going to be decreasing the weighting there. However, I'm going to wait to determine the overall weighting and how we're going to change things on whether we come back on the 25th, because that's going to make a huge difference. If we have that week on the 25th to be back in class and do some in-class stuff, that will totally change what we're able to cover and what we're able to do. If they extend the remote learning all the way through to February or till the end of the term, then that will make changes as well. So I'm going to hold off on like how we change the overall weighting in the course until we know whether we have 1 or 2 weeks of the remote learning. So what I've tried to do in the schedule is to give you some flexibility in terms of working at your own pace. What you have to remember is that even if we're not live, I'm available for one-on-one help during the school day, okay? So I know in some messaging from the board, and this might have been the case with your class this week, you maybe have been doing different things with your cohorts. That's not how I'm treating our course, okay? So whether it's your quote-unquote at-home day or quote-unquote at school day, I'm always available for one-on-one help, okay? The one difference, though, is how I want you to get in touch with me, okay? I know throughout the term so far, I've always said bright space, bright space, bright space. However, I think it's going to be much quicker if you get in touch with me with my GoTBDSB email, because I can put a notification on my phone for that. And then, so if you email me there and say, can we meet, or I have a question, I can get back to you right away and not have to rely on like me going in to check my email in Brightspace. Okay. So I'll remind you that a whole bunch of times, but please, if you've got a question when we're not live or need some help with anything at all, send it to my GoTBDSB account while we're doing remote learning, and I will be able to get back to you much more quickly. Let me just quickly flip over so you can see the schedule. I can reinforce a few things. So this is what the schedule is going to look like. I'm going to put out everything just like we have been doing. It's just going to look a little different. One thing I just want to note here is that the only thing that I've got assigned times for are the 2 live sessions. Okay, we're going to just keep those the same every day, 11 o'clock, 1 at 11 and 1 at 1:30. I'm not sure how long those are going to take right now. I'm hoping that'll be like 45 minutes or so. I think that might be an appropriate amount of time to be doing those, but we'll see we'll see how those go. I haven't assigned like times for anything else, okay, other than the quizzes, which I'll get to. But like the introductory activity, the exit tickets, everything's up here. If you want to work ahead a bit, you can definitely do that. If you're finding you're understanding the content and want to work ahead, that's great. If you need to take a bit more time, that's fine as well. Okay, so I'm not assigning times because now that we're doing some remote learning, we can be a bit more flexible in the pace at which we're going through the content. You can see that on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I've got some quizzes assigned. They are going to be short quizzes, 2 or 3 questions. and they're going to be done on Brightspace. And those quizzes are available as of right now between 12:30 and 2:30 during that day. So the quiz time limit is 30 minutes. So you have 30 minutes to complete the quiz once you start, but they're available during that block of time. And the quizzes are set up that everyone gets random questions from a bank of questions there, and you've got 30 minutes to do the quiz online as you go. So that's the plan right now for the online quizzes. And as I said, I listed some of the ongoing things that we have going on. So really, in terms of the evaluations and assignments, there's nothing changing with some of the larger things that we're working on. We're still doing the discussions, still doing the concept maps, the chemical career projects as well. So that's all staying the same. Just kind of our daily schedules adjusting a bit to fit better with the remote learning. Okay, so that's our plan for the week. As of right now, if things aren't working in the first couple of days, maybe I'll make some adjustments, but I'm really hoping to stick to this so we all have a regular routine as we go through the week.